everybody. This is Dr. Carmen Bryant, and I'm your host of Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you guys so much for joining me, even on live on Sunday and on Clubhouse. Thank you to all the new subscribers here. I've got over 300-400 videos. If you got a question, I guarantee you one of those videos will answer your question. So today I wanted to go back and revisit a topic that I probably talked about twice in my other videos. And the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because we are coming near to Valentine's Day. So some of you guys have to prepare yourself for the Valentine Hoover, because they know that your emotions are high. Now, for some of you, this is the first time, this is the first time that you have ever been by yourself without someone in your life. And reality is you had a roommate, or you probably had someone that was there but wasn't emotionally there for you. And so this is going to be the first time where you're actually by yourself on Valentine's Day. And some of you are all into your emotions, because that's what Valentine's Day is, the emotional part of what we consider love, whatever, the emotions behind it. Well, Dr. C, this is the first time I'm by myself. Well, Dr. C, I've never been on Valentine's Day. I don't have anybody to share it with. Share it with yourself. When you learn to love yourself and enjoy being with yourself, when the new person comes in your life or the next person comes in your life, they're adding to what is already there. And if you're full, they're just adding to a full cup. But if you're half empty or empty all the time, you're always going to sit around, woe is me, I don't have anybody. Go take yourself out to eat. I hear some of the restaurants have opened. Uber Eats. Make yourself, you decorate your own, decorate your own table, put candles on there, give yourself a bubble bath, go buy yourself stuff, go buy yourself, women, I love men's cologne, so you ladies go buy yourself some men's cologne. Or now, men, don't go out there buying no women's cologne. That's what you into, honey, that's your business. But for us women, like, a lot of those men colognes are sometimes better than the female perfumes. So, buy yourself something, treat yourself, because when you treat yourself and you love yourself, when the next person comes, they're adding to. Now, some of you, we're probably going to disagree. That's your business too. But one of the things you have to remember, so the question is this is the title of this video, is it seems like they love the new supply more than me. It seems like they're happier and doing better with the new supply. All right, let's talk about it. First of all, and on Sunday, I'm coming on live so I can talk about what is supply. That's one of the things I'm going to talk about. What is supply? Each and every one of us who have come in contact or have been with or had anything to do with a narcissist, whether it was your parents, your children, your family, brothers and sisters, a loved one, a romantic partner, a teacher, a boss, each and every single one of them, remember, if they have narcissistic personality disorder, they are inverted inside. They have turned inside. Everything is about them. And so there is no such thing to them as, how can I put it? To them, everybody is a source of supply. You're a utensil. You're something. There's an ulterior motive. There's something that you are there for. You serve a purpose, and we're going to talk about that on Sunday. So they don't emotionally get attached to anybody. Now, some of you already shaking your head like, I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Dr. C. That's your business. Go ahead and jump in head first. Put some money to the side. Give me a call after you're done drowning, and I got to send you a raft or anything else, and I'll pull you out, and then I'm just gonna look at you. Just like who is it, Antoine? We're gonna sit here and we're gonna look at you because you know too much. You know entirely too much, and so you make your own videos and cause people to drown along with you. But what I'm telling you is that most people say, but I disagree with that because I know what I felt. Listen to the words. See, sometimes you have to change the perspective of what you're saying or what you're hearing. And I'm going to change your perspective. I know what I felt. I know what I saw. See, the problem is you keep judging what they're doing and the feelings and the love and whatever it else is based upon what you felt. That is the whole plot of the narcissist, to make you feel like, to make you feel loved, to make you feel like they care. I'm going to present myself. That's why I have a book called Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. The illusion is how strong the illusion is how strong your reaction is. The illusion is that they care and they love you. Now, the thing about it is in the relationship, most people wonder, let me back up a little bit. Most people wonder is how do they get so good at what they do? How is it they get so good? Is because we are the trainers. We train them on what to do and what not to do. They're like an android, and you're putting each supply that they get with puts information in them. And so here you are in a relationship, and then the longer you were in the relationship, the more you were training them. And they do something different with the new supply. The new supply is someone different than you. You are one person, they are someone else. Always remember that. And so you're telling them, you never spend time with me. You never go anywhere. You act like you don't care about me. You don't buy me any gifts. You never take me out to eat. You don't tell me you love me. You don't hold me. You don't do this. Now, to them, when you're saying all this and you're telling them how you really feel, you're letting them know your vulnerabilities so they know how to control you. They know what to do to make you comply to them. If I want to do something, I can punish you by making sure I don't do this. And then to, that positive and negative reinforcement, when you do or you get back in control of where I want to control you at, I will reward you like a dog. You reward you a snack, or a little treat. They reward you with a hug, some compassion, some food, get you a little cheap gift, so you're training them. So by the time, they leave from being with you and they discard you to go with another person, everything that you just said that they wouldn't do, they use that as a tool to pull them. So that becomes a part of the love bombing. That's why that new supply is so enamored, and you're looking like, but he never did that with me. She never did that with me. You taught them what hurt you. You taught them how to pull that new supply. So they're taking everything that you said and they're pulling that person in, so they are enamored. They are all over the place. Plus, on top of that, if you've been discarded, 9 times out of 10, you have become more aware and you are less pliable. So you're not that easy to manipulate anymore. You're not that easy to abuse anymore. You giving me problems. You causing me a lot of headaches. You causing a little too many narcissistic injuries. You're no longer good supply, so I need to go get some good supply. But understand the language. Some of you are thinking when they go get better supply than you, that person is better than you. They're not better than you. What it is they're more pliable than you are. They're easier to manipulate because they don't know. What's the best thing? Ignorant. Ignorance means a lack of knowledge. They're ignorant to the throes of the narcissist. They're ignorant to the game of the narcissist. Some of them have come out of narcissistic relationships and never took the time to heal in the first place. And so they're more vulnerable and more naive, and they want to feel. It's all about feeling. That's why I tell you guys, you really have to work on that. Now, some of you will argue with this too. Love is not an emotion. Secondhand emotion. It's not an emotion. It is a choice that you make, because you can get with someone and become best friends with that person. And even in the relationship where all the emotions you feel, and I feel the butterflies in my stomach, and he makes me and she makes me feel, eventually after time, her butt gonna drag in the sand. He gonna have boobies. If his family got boobies, he gonna have boobies. He gonna need a bra just like you gonna need a bra. Stuff's gonna start hanging. Both y'all have muffin tops. You're not gonna look all attractive like you did at one time. But when you sincerely love a person, you mean well. You want to see them do well. That's why the Greeks have the different loves: the agape, the storge, the phileo. Go look up the Greek terminology, because it explains each different love. Agape, a general love for mankind. I have an agape love for my tribe because I want to see you guys do well. I want to see you guys heal. I want to see you guys progress. I want to see you come out of those cages. That's agape love, to really generally love people enough to want to help them. The other one is Eros. Eros is a more erotic, sexual love. Phileo is more of a friendship. You're my best friend. Girl, I love you. But we, as an American culture, we tend to misuse that term love. Girl, I love you. Ooh, I just love you. I love you. I love you, child. Ooh, love you, boo. Love you, boo. So we misuse that term. We really don't say, if we actually are honest with with people, girl, I phileo you. I friendship you. I haven't eat. Girl, you so fine. And boo, ooh, you know, you so fine and everything. You know, I want to sex you up. That's that Eros love. Y'all remember that color bad? Yeah, back in the day. But that's that Eros love. So if we're honest with the type of love we're talking about, a narcissist can't say anything about love because they don't feel love. They don't feel the emotions like you feel emotions. They feel rage. They feel all the negativities of emotions is what they feel. And the problem is that you will argue with, I know what I felt. That's the problem. You keep putting your feelings on that narcissist. I know what I felt. I know how they made me feel. I know what I saw. I know the things that they did. And can't nobody tell me. Who can argue with a feeling? That's how you felt, but that's not how they felt. So you're putting your emotions and your feelings on that narcissist, and you're saying, I know how they felt. No, you don't know how they felt, because you're thinking of a narcissist in the right sense of emotions and feelings. They don't feel like you do. Everything to them, when you see them cry because someone breaks up with them, they're not crying because they're losing a relationship and they realize they lost something and they feel bad at the fact that they lost something. They're crying because you caused a narcissistic injury, and they have to recover from that, and they may not have gotten another supply quick enough to replace the amount of supply that you gave them. And when I say the fuel that you gave them copious amounts of fuel, meaning you cried, you begged, you expressed your emotions, you tried to negotiate, you oh my gosh, fell on your feet, oh my God, don't leave me, how can you do me? And they're just Clarice, and they're just absorbing that. They feel empowered. They feel like a god, like the pharaohs back in Egypt. That's how they feel. Worship. Bow down and worship me because I am your God. I am the one that gives you all your answers. I'm the one that's able to make you smile or make you cry. I'm able to take you up and down. That's how a narcissist sees you. Once they're not able to do that with you anymore, and all of a sudden you're staring at them, and sometimes you don't even realize you're great rocking. You're just staring at them and there's no emotions. So like a boxer, you hit them enough, eventually they stop feeling. Like calluses. You get calluses on your hand, you stop feeling the pain that you used to feel at one point in time. Some of your hearts are so calloused that it's not that you can't feel, you're so callous that you're afraid to feel because those feelings have become dangerous to you. People always take advantage of my feelings, but you trained them. And so do they love the new supply more than you? No, they don't. You have taken them because they may have started as a little narc, a baby narc. And they have been with you, and you two have grown. Well, you've grown and they evolved. And throughout that relationship, you have taught them how to act, what to do, what not to do, how to manipulate, how to pull emotions, how to make you cry, because they've been watching you. Remember I said in the last video, I said, sometimes you're making love, you all into it, and they're just staring at you. So in your little arrogant mind, you thinking to yourself, they looking at me, enjoying myself. I know they getting off on this because, ooh, this is so good. And in actuality, no, they are watching what you're doing, so they know what to do with the next person. They're watching, and there's some of them get upset at the fact that how is it that you're feeling all this and I can't feel this? I feel the release. I feel the friction of the sexual intercourse, and that part may be pleasurable to a point of release, but with you, there's an emotional connection with that person. You feel emotionally connected. That's the closest two people can get. They don't feel that. They feel the release. They feel the pleasure of the act, but they don't feel the emotions and the connection goes with it. So they're watching you, and they're watching everything that you're doing. And I promise you this one thing, they'll take what you're doing and they'll do it with the next supply. You may not see it because they'll know that you're the one who taught them that, but they'll do it with the next supply. Now, for some of you, I don't care what you say, I've seen the pictures, they're smiling, they look happy. He's never looked like that. She's never looked like that. He's going or taking her places, she's taking him places that I always longed to go. Think about what you said. That I've always longed to go, and you probably told them that's what you wanted to do. You probably even told them the type of cars and stuff, and all of a sudden you're looking at this new supply, and everything that you complained about, they have it. Everything that you complained about not doing, they're doing it with that new supply. You trained them to do that, but the problem is that you trained them at a height. They're going in at a height with this supply. Now, either that supply is already damaged to a point where they can handle that level of pain, but I promise you this one thing, is that they always resort back to what they are. They're narcissists. And once they get comfortable and they feel comfortable that they have locked that supply in, they just start doing what they do. They just start doing the exact same thing they've been doing, even with you, and worse. And now this new supply is looking at you, wondering what is it about you that they love so much, and they start compete. That's that triangulation now, and they'll say things, they'll dog you out, they'll smear campaign you to that new supply. That new supply has become a flying monkey and fights right along with that narcissist because you done did him wrong and you done hurt my boo bear, and you're looking like you about as ignorant. You are just as dumb as two gray rocks. And you're just shaking your head like you about as dumb, but you know what? It's not up to you to tell them about it. They're going to have to figure that out themselves. And some of you have been the secondary supply. And when you discovered it, you felt bad for the old supply. And sometimes the old supply is like, girl, dude, I just had to let you figure that out yourself. I wasn't going to say nothing because I know eventually you'll probably come and say something to me. I was just waiting. And sometimes you pick up the phone and call. They was like, I was just waiting for you to call. I knew it was just a matter of time that you were going to call. You good? You good? You had enough? You know what you got now? Or they call and apologize. I'm so sorry. You know what? I didn't know. I know you didn't. That's why I never said anything. I kept my distance, you see? But now they'll smear your name with that new supply. But what you don't know or what you don't understand is that while they're smearing your name, they're also putting information out there to cause that new supply to be jealous over you too. He think he everything. He think he all that. I was the one who helped him build his business. And now he riding around on a Maybach and he riding around, he got money and he got this and he got that. Or she's a doctor now, or she's a medical, or she's a physicist now. And I was the one who helped her do that, which is probably a lie anyway. And think about it though. They're telling that new supply all the things that you think you are and you think you are, but that little, what is it called? That little undercurrent though. They're dogging you out, but at the same time they're throwing out all the good stuff about you. She thinks you're cute because she this, or she walk around here like I don't know where she come from or he come from, and all of a sudden now he or she's a multi-millionaire. Think about the information that they're putting out. They're dogging you out at the same time they're putting information out there to that new supply to keep that new supply insecure. So now that new supply is fighting with them, but at the same time that seeds of uncertainty and that low self-esteem, because trust you me, that new supply has a low self-esteem and a low self-worth. Some of you guys like, because I was strong. And yeah, that pride is just a cover up for low self-esteem. That pride and that arrogance about I'm a strong woman, I'm a strong man, and until I met them, because they found that soft spot in you. It was there all along, and your pride and your vanity is what covered it. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You know everything. And I'm a child, and I'm this, and you know what? And I ain't worried about it. Because of the fact that that's that pride, and that pride is just another form of fear, and it's covering up that pride covers up what is really underneath. It's like putting a carpet over poop. So that pride and that vanity is just a cover up for the insecurities inside of you. And if people listen to you long enough, they can listen to a person that's very prideful or vain. They listen to them and they can tell where all their insecurities is, because all the things that you talk about concerning yourself is all the places that you have a low self-esteem, a low self-worth, where you're insecure at. Likewise with that narcissist. The narcissist is the same way. Everything that is out there and stands out there that looks bigger than life is the very things that is very, for them, they have a low self-esteem in, like the somatics. They're all about money and fame and visuals and having this and showing off and make sure people hear them and be seen, probably because they're the type of person that got bullied. They're the type of person that wasn't seen at one time. They're the type of person, that is their weakness, but it shows as a strength, So no, the narcissist does not like or love the new supply more than you, because they don't love anybody. They can't love anybody. Each person serves a purpose in their life. And like I said, if you tune in on Sunday, I'm going to be talking about the different types of supply. So you'll understand. Most people think, you're the best thing they ever had, until they met the next best thing that they never had, and the only reason why they got with you is because of, because you're beautiful and you're so smart. Then what about when they cheated and they cheated with a crackhead? Because it's about supply. It's about where they can get the supply. A somatic narcissist, yes. A somatic narcissist, they'll do whatever they want to do. You might find a crackhead or two in there. You might find someone that got one tooth or whatever, because that is a quick refuel for them. And what they have to be seen with, they have to be seen with something that looks equivalent to them. And so they have to pick someone that's also arrogant, because a person that's arrogant and that's kind of that they can feel that arrogance, where they can play with your arrogance, and they feed that arrogance in you, that pride in you, because they know that you're not quick to go tell your business. You're not quick to tell people what's going on behind closed doors. And if they get an inkling that you may tell, they're going to already smear your name just to cover themselves. That is more of a they salvaging themselves. And so know that they don't care about the new supply more than you. It's just the new supply was just easier to pull in and easier to manipulate because they're still pliable. They'll probably still hurt. And so hopefully this has helped you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those of you that have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Make sure you share, because when you share, sharing is caring. But when you share, that's like the narcissist, sharing is caring. But but share the videos, because you never know who's watching your page. Sometimes you think that your family, you need to talk to your family. You need to make sure that you give them information. Sometimes it may not come from you. When you share and they're kind of curious as to what you're looking at, or what you're listening to, sometimes they may accidentally hit the sound button, and then they hear, me talking or someone else talking. That's how you share it. You share it when you're around your kids. Listen to it without your earphones on. Listen to it, because you'd be surprised how curious some of these kids are. They'll start listening, and they don't want you to know that they're listening, but they're listening. So share the videos. Make sure you go check out my mother's YouTube channel as well, Helen Sadler, Your Destiny Helper, and she provides you with information concerning narcissist abuse from a spiritual and biblical perspective. And she provides you with good information, and then I provide it from a clinical perspective, but I take it from an experiential and I make it into more is it palatable, or more bite-sized chunks, so you'll understand it in our common language. We can take the popular psychology and put it together with clinical psychology and put it together so you can get an understanding and give you real life experiences. Another person that's really good, especially ladies and men, is the Honorable Bishop R.C. Blakes. Go listen to him, because he provides you a lot of information from a perspective of a father. And some of you have not been fathered properly. Some of you have never had an experience with a father. And sometimes people come into your life, and sometimes we confuse the relationships. Sometimes people fall in love with the person that's supposed to be a father, an uncle, or a big brother, and you think that you're in love with that person, and it's not love, because your perspective of relationships is off. But he does provide perspective on relationship, and he talks to the queens inside of the women, and that's what I love about him. So you guys go and watch him. And then my mother, she's going to bring out the warrior in you. She's going to teach you about the spiritual aspect of what you deal. There is a spiritual aspect to it, and you guys go listen to her. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I come on Sundays live around 8 p.m. every weekend. Now I've got it scheduled to do it this weekend at 8 p.m., but I realize it is also Valentine's Day, so I'm not sure if I've got the time set already, especially on Clubhouse. Those of you that are on Clubhouse, come over to Clubhouse. And another thing, y'all, to my family, when you ask questions, stop telling these long stories. Just get to the question. Get to the question. Because some people just want to tell their story. You got to be careful, because sometimes you got predators online listening to your story. When you guys are posting your stories, a lot of times you want to tell your stories and spill your heart. But that's how the narcissist came in. Those vultures, you got vultures, and vultures look for dead or decaying or dying flesh. And some of you guys you feel so defeated, you feel dead, and you're just pouring out. You got to be careful, because all social media outlets is not the place for you to put your business out there, because you got predators online. You got people that are putting out information that are hurting, and they're telling you from a hurting perspective. You also have people that are online that are narcissists that are putting out information, but you notice that there's never any closure. There's never any type of closure. You're just wide open. There's never closure. There's never a ha-ha, or you may get some information, but it never closes you up to feel like this part I'm learning and I'm graduating. Stick with me and my mentor. Give us 6 months with your life. Go in there and watch the videos. I have over 300-400 videos in my repertoire. You go and look at the videos. Stick with me and her. Watch one of hers, watch one of mine. Watch 2 of hers, watch one of mine. And watch our videos. Give us 6 months with your life and tell me where you're at when you are complete with that cycle. Those of you that are interested in coaching, you're welcome to contact me, Dr. Carmen Bryant at Outlook.com. Don't send me these long stories. Just let me know if you are interested. I'll provide you with rates. because when you send me long stories, basically you're asking for a consultation, and I reserve that for people that would like to make an appointment with me. But ask me for my rates, and I will provide you with rates. Remember, these discounted rates, I've been doing it for about a year or so, but I'm creating my classes and my programs right now, and those rates are going to go back to its normal prices. So take advantage of it now while you can. Also, for those of you looking counseling, I cannot provide counseling for anyone outside the state of Washington. You have to be in the state of Washington. I'm licensed in the state of Washington. Outside the state of Washington, you can go to my you can go to BetterHelp, betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. When you use that link, it is a vetted source, excellent counselors on there that can provide you with counseling concerning trauma, domestic violence, parental alienation. A lot of them do have the knowledge of narcissist abuse, and you can vet the resources. And yes, they do provide me with a fee whenever I out resource like that. And so you guys are welcome. They give you a 10% discount for clicking on the link. And on top of that, if you're struggling with some financial issues, let them know, because they can assist you with giving you, maybe a discounted rate. But just talk to them and see what they say. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out my book. It's called Unmasking: The Illusion of Perfection. My big sister just came out with a book. I did not bring it with me. The Aristocratic Woman. I haven't read it yet because I just got it in my hand the other day, and when I sit down, I want to read the book. But Aristocratic Woman. She has another one that's called Destiny Man: The Qualities to Look For. For ladies, you think that man will never come. Gentlemen, you want to know some things about yourself, but you need to know, ladies, you need to know your value. You get my book, Unmasking: The Illusion of Perfection, is going to let you know that you're not crazy, and that there are people that have went, and I guarantee you're going to find your story in my book, because these are real people that went through real things. And a lot of the thought processes that they had, some of you are ashamed or afraid to say, that's exactly how I was thinking, how I was groomed, how my parents played a role into that, and why I was doing the things I was doing. I was never able to articulate it. And then from that point forward, if you check out that book, Destiny Man: The Qualities to Look For, and Aristocratic Woman, you start building yourself as a woman, And I'm sorry, brothers, we just don't have enough brothers out there. Well, besides Quinn. Quinn just wrote a book too. So Quinn Holiday, you guys go check him out. He just wrote a book as well. You guys go check him out. And then, of course, the Honorable Bishop Arsley Blakes, get his book, the Father-Daughter Talk. The Father-Daughter Talk. That book was off the chain, y'all. Y'all go get it, because that right there spoke to a lot of pain in women's hearts dealing with absent fathers, and a talk that fathers should have had with their daughters. And he makes you feel like when you see him, when I listen to him, he's like that surrogate father, that dad that he got to talk to the little girl. And when I first started listening to him and I got that book, he talked to the little girl inside of me. He made me feel like my mom's gonna make me feel like a queen, a princess anyway. My mama's gonna do that. Now, Pastor Helen Sadler, she made me feel like a queen. She made me feel like a woman. She made me feel like a lady, and she brought it out of me. And then when Bishop Arsley Blakes wrote that book, he spoke to the little hurt girl inside of me. And I'm telling you, from that point forward, I was like, wow. So I have a lot of respect for him. So you guys go and check his book out as well. So thank you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you back this week sometime. I'll come back before the weekend. I might have something surprise for you this weekend. We may have a surprise for you this weekend for the Valentine's weekend. So you guys just stay tuned. I might be coming on live, around some of your other family members. So you guys stay tuned, okay? You guys be great. Go and be great. Go and let me go be great. Go be great.